the saying, right? Go big or go bigger.
Mamba mentality.
Yeah. So, there's a saying that says if you're gonna wait for an opportunity to show itself to you to be something that's a proven concept, then it's too late to get into it. So when is the right time? You just have to start. I'm completely different to everybody, it seems. Karen will tell you, my business partner, I say perfection is the enemy of progress. I don't care if it's half done. Let's just do it, get it out, and tweak it. As long as something's out there and it's getting some sort of traction. I was also speaking to David earlier. I'm helping people with their business, and they're like, "Oh, this is great. Look where we're going," and they're seeing the progress. I'm like, "We need to move faster. We need to move faster than this. We need to get to the next level." There's a book written by a guy called Vern Harnish. It's called Scaling Up. I feel like he does have a bit of a template going on there. And the main thing for me is your unique client. You need to find out who that client base is. Most people think scaling is just selling as much as you can, to whoever you can. But stuff like iPhone has shown us, you only have to sell to like 10% of the population and you'll still be extremely successful. The thing is, you need to identify that 10%. You need to be able to market to them. And if it is the 10%, it's going to be more expensive to get to these guys. And that's all part of the scaling up aspect as well. What you also need to understand about scaling up is you don't make money. You don't pay dividends. If you look at JSE and New York stock listed companies, all the tech companies have not paid a dividend in like years. But you look at stuff like Coca-Cola, all of that, they pay dividends. They're not growth guys. They have their margin already and they just keep the business going. But if you want growth, if you want scaling, every single cent has to go back into that business. So you'll actually never ever make profit. Okay, you will make profit. But
don't chase the people away.
Yeah, you need capital to keep it running. And if you get an investor, the investor's going to give you money and now you make profit. And the investor's like, why did you need my money if you're making your own money now? So once you're making more money, you start hiring more people. It means you go back in the red. And that is a scary thought for many people. They want to feel comfortable. They want to feel like I can pay salaries for the next 5 years or 2 years. For me, 6 months is a luxury. 3 months is probably where you're going to be sitting. How do you identify that unique client, I think, is a bigger question. Where do you find that? I like to use 94.7, for instance. I don't know if it's still the case, but they were the biggest radio station at one point. Yet they were only based in Joburg. Only with listeners in Joburg. Why? Because of the way that they engaged with their listeners, the way that they interacted with their sponsors. So if they sold airtime on their airspace, they made it very interactive. They made The Fugitive, and you had to go find this guy. And go into any admin office space, any time of any work day, they're listening to 947 because they're trying to win competitions. And if you just have that mind-numbing 947 thing playing in the background, you can get a whole lot of messages through to people. You can create a lot of partnerships, and they got very creative on that. So even like 5FM, which is a national radio station, could not compete with what they were doing. I don't know if they're still there. I think a lot of those brilliant thinkers have spread out into other stations, but that's the type of thinking you need. You need to find your niche, and you need to get very creative on how to engage them, keep them close to you. Loyalty is a big thing. I like what this guy has done with the shop. He's spoken to me about how you approach customers, and he actually has a methodology for that. So maybe that is your scale-up methodology. I think I'm speaking too much here, but another one, and I won't go into detail on it, is your support program. Basically, who represents your business. If you go to Mr. Price and the teller standing there, that's representing your business. The waiters represent your business. If they fail to do the job right, you're not going to get your scaling right. So you have to get the people right down at the bottom that's interfacing to also get that same niche client interaction. So I'm not going into detail with that.